little nervous about Iran, though. That seems like real shit. That makes me want to get educated on the subject so I could really freak out.
The one thing that made me feel better is when they were screaming death to America recently, the president of Iran was like, well, when we say death to America, we don't mean the citizens. We like the citizens. We're talking about fuck you, Donald Trump, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
But they've been saying that for a long time. That death to America chant, that's been around.
Right.
That's a tough sell.
Yeah.
We know what you're saying. You're saying death to America. Okay, like, that's one thing that you don't want to be misconstrued. If you want to fucking make signs and yell, like, you don't like, hey, we're not talking death, guys, right? Oh, yeah, definitely not death. Let's go out and scream, death to America. Everyone's going to know. Like, that would be the worst way to communicate something. Like, why, if you don't really think that, why would you say death to the American political system, death to the American military complex, not death to America.
Right.
Death to America is everybody. How they got us all mixed? We don't have nothing to do with this, guys. We're just over here chilling.
World War III, guys. It's here. Grab your fucking guns. Get your ammunition. We're going to fucking war. Roll this fucking intro music. Okay. Hey guys. Episode fucking 10. Didn't think it would be happening, but it is. Episode 10. Really quick, I want to say I apologize for the lack of uploads the last few weeks. I kind of took a little bit of a break. I had some shit happening in my life. So I took some personal time. Sorry, I'm trying to fucking scoot my fat ass in this chair. Anyway, I took a little bit of personal time. Nothing really I need to fucking talk about. But we're going to war. No, I'm just playing. I got a few things to talk about today. Not very exciting. But I wanted to get back in the groove of doing these podcasts, uploading every week, recording a podcast every week. We're back on fucking schedule. No more little side notes. I wrote some things down, like physically. See that? That's paper. Physical paper that I wrote with my hand, with a pen. I didn't type notes on my iPhone. I got a few fucking things that I do want to cover, though, really quick. Some weird shit that I've just seen in news and like seen in media and everything lately. So, Harley Dilly, 14-year-old kid from Port Clinton, Ohio, went missing on December 20th. Pretty shitty. Your kid goes missing a few days before Christmas. That kind of fucking sucks. So there was like a long search, like a 3-week long search for this kid. And apparently he was like right across the street from his house. He was like right across the street from his house in a chimney. Homeboy was found in a fucking chimney. Bro, and like, okay, this is an audio podcast, but I have a picture pulled up of this kid, and he looks like a, no offense, but he looks like kind of like a nerdy kind of kid, you know what I mean? So, what the fuck was he doing going down a fucking... I'm so confused. What the fuck was this kid doing going down a chimney? Maybe he was looking for a place to smoke. Maybe he was looking for a place to jack off, masturbate. I don't fucking know. Maybe his parents are like really strict Catholics or Christians or something, and they don't allow masturbation in the house. Maybe he doesn't even have a door on his bedroom and he gets no privacy. Maybe he doesn't even have a fucking bedroom. We don't know his home life. We can't condemn him for stuffing himself down a chimney and then dying. But that fucking sucks. Imagine your kid goes missing 4 days before Christmas. You're like, shit, we gotta find him. I got this motherfucker the new Xbox, and they said there's no return policy on this bitch. We gotta find this kid. And then they searched for him for weeks, like 3 fucking weeks. So Christmas came and went, and that sucks. But Christmas came and went, 3 weeks passed, and they found him in a chimney across the street. What the fuck? I don't know what was happening. There really wasn't much more to the story besides that. So, poor fucking kid, man. Rest in peace to Harley Dilly. He was only 14 years old. Fuck, what was I? I remember being 14. I was getting my dick sucked by a MILF at 14. Good times. Anyway. So yeah, that really sucks. Don't mean to start it off so depressing, but it is what it is. Rest in peace, Harley Dilly. You're in our fucking thoughts and prayers, bro. Don't go stuffing anybody down a chimney, guys. That shit's dangerous, apparently. Ready for the next is a truck. What does that say? Holy shit. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of shit coming in on my phone right now. So there was a truck bomb that went off. Sorry if I was really close to the mic. There was a truck bomb that went off in Somalia. You don't know where Somalia is. It's like to me, when I think of Somalia, I think of pirates. And I don't know if I have South Park to thank because of that, but South Park did a whole episode where they wanted to be pirates and they went to Somalia and it was just shit. But anyway, Somalia. I'm not gonna lie, I've heard about Somalia lately in the last few years. And it really sounds like they're trying to improve their community and just their way of life and the way they live. Trying to get rid of those pirates, man. Get rid of those fucking pirates. But no, Somalia is a very poor country. It's very poor and dried up. No pun intended. They live on the ocean. But it sucks there. And what really sucks is that... now, I did a little more research on this before I get too into it, and they don't think that this is linked to Al-Qaeda. So, I'm not sure where to go from there, but I do know it killed at least 78 people. So, this truck drove up to a security checkpoint, like the busiest security checkpoint. They just drove up. And if you've ever seen video or pictures of what a checkpoint like in Somalia, like that, use that as an example. A checkpoint in Somalia, fucking nuts. Fucking crazy. There's people fucking everywhere. There's people in military uniforms, people not in military uniforms with like AK-47s, and you're like, why is homeboy with the fucking Under Armour shirt and fucking flip-flops on got an AK-47? He's got pink shorts that go halfway down his fucking thighs. It's all from the Salvation Army. Why does he have an AK-47? It's a madhouse. So, truck drives up. Boom. Fucking blows the shit to smithereens. Blows the fuck up. 78 people, at least 78 people are fucking dead. And 125 injured. And the shitty part about it, at least in my opinion, 78 people dying regardless is fucked up. But of those 78, most of those were students on their way to school. So, or like, you know, they were transitioning between classes, something like that. Like they were going to school. So imagine being one of those kids. Like that's something you have to look out for on a daily basis is fucking exploding trucks. That sucks, bro. That really does suck. I hope that they can start getting some shit cleaned up. Maybe not. I know America has a little bit of a presence in Somalia. Not really much. I'm not a military guy, so I don't really know. I know they have a little bit of a presence, but maybe we can get down there and kind of reestablish more of a presence and help them build a infrastructure. You know what I mean? Somalia could be a thriving place. So we need to really help out our neighbors, even though they're not our fucking neighbors. We're still neighbors. Anyway, a crazy fucking thing, like the coolest story I've read in a while, though, was this guy named Tyson Steele. He's a 30-year-old man living out in the fucking wilderness in Alaska, living off the grid on his own, completely living off the land and everything. I think he was like 20 miles from the nearest village, but it was such an isolated village. What's the name of that? It's like Squentina. We'll go with Squentina. It's a small isolated village way out there, and he was and even farther from that. So he was at least 20 miles away from this tiny village in the middle of nowhere. So he's really way the fuck out there in the middle of nowhere. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because he had a nice little cabin out there, and he was just chilling in his cabin one day, had a little fire going. One of those little embers went up the fucking chimney, landed on his roof, and he said he was like laying there in his bed, kind of napping, and he felt like melting plastic dripping from the roof, hitting him, like landing on his arm or something. And he went outside to go throw some snow on it, like it's a normal. The way he said it was like it's a normal fucking thing. Like, yeah, just go throw some snow on it. He went outside and his entire roof was on fire. So you got to imagine your entire life is on fire. So he runs inside. He grabs some sleeping bags, a rifle, and a couple other things. But the fucked up part is that his dog was sleeping beside his bed, and he wasn't fast enough or had enough time to run in and get his dog. So his best fucking friend he's had for I don't know how long, a long time, 6-year-old. His dog was 6 years old. Was a chocolate lab, and his name was Phil. Rest in peace to Phil, the chocolate lab. But anyway, Phil died in the fire, which you can imagine, man. Just imagine living out there by yourself and fucking your fucking only home, the only thing you have as a shelter, catches on fire, and then the only thing you have as like a friend or a companion is burned alive in that fucking fire. So that would be not cool, man. But he spent 22 days out there after his hut or whatever burned down, his cabin. He spent 22 days out there just fucking surviving on his own without anything. He said after the fire was over, though, he like dug through all the rubble and everything like that, and he got some cans of food and shit like that, and he rationed them out to make them last. So pretty smart. But the way he was found was his family wanted to do like a welfare check, you know what I mean, so people like that live in Alaska, friends, family, or even the state or whatever, can do welfare checks. People that really live way the fuck out there and don't really have contact with other people or civilizations at all. So they were doing a welfare check, and I think they were flying above or doing an overhead flyby or something. And he had a giant fucking SOS. Like, if I could, Google the picture or something like that because it's pretty fucking crazy. The giant SOS he made in the snow so that somebody could see him, and he contrasted it with a bunch of ashes from his fire so you could really read it from way the fuck up in the air. So that was really smart. But one of the things that got me from that was that the first few nights before he like took a tarp and like made kind of like a tent. Before that, he literally dug a cave in the snow, an ice cave or a snow cave, whatever. He dug a cave in the snow, and he slept in that bitch for, a few days, however many, I don't fucking know, like 3 or 4 days. He slept in a snow cave, which they can insulate pretty well. I've done that before. Like if you have a candle or a small heat source, it can warm up in there really fast, and you have no problem being comfortable. But he did not, and he said he just cuddled up and went to sleep. So props, shout out to fucking Tyson Steele, dude. That is a crazy story. I know most people wouldn't be able to survive that, especially all these little, pansy ass city slicking fucking people that rely on Jewel pods and coffee and fucking gasoline in their Prius. Anyway, shout out him one more fucking time. Shout out to him, because that would be a tough feat to do right there. And then rest in peace to his dog Phil, that fucking cool chocolate lab. Chocolate labs are awesome. I think all labs are awesome. But that's such a fucking bummer, man. And I hope we start getting some fucking good news stories in here instead of all this depressing fucking bullshit, man. Reading all this depressing shit every single day, guys. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with myself. I'm open to the fucking world of depression, and it just flows into my life, and I'm here to absorb all the fucking sadness of the world. So, this is going to be a short podcast today. I just wanted to kind of get in the groove of getting everything set up, getting notes ready throughout the week, converting, because I have to fucking convert my videos if I want them on YouTube. It's really strange because I record all of my audio on Audacity, and then I go to what's that website called? I go to some website that converts my wave file, because I have to save my audio as a wave file. So I save it as a wave file. I go to this website. It converts it into an MP3 video file so I can take a photo, and then that'll be my video. So it's kind of a ridiculous process. I wish there was an easier process for me to do, but I just haven't found it yet. So that's also one of the things that kind of has turned me off to getting off my ass and getting a podcast up, is just because the process that I have to go through is so tedious. I have to fucking get on this program and do a wave file here and go to another fucking website and get on a program to convert it to an MP3 and fucking all this stuff. It's worth it. It's worth it, because I spend actual real fucking money converting these videos into MP3 because I have to buy time on this website. So it's fucking worth it though. Something else that's been going on is my health and wellness. I think I talked about this in the last podcast. It's been like a week and a half since I recorded the last podcast, man. I really have been off my shit. But anyway, have been really, really hardcore on my health and wellness lately. Like I said, I took mushrooms one time in 8 years. Well, it from the last time till this last time, it was 8 years. Completely changed my outlook on my health and my fitness and everything like that. So for the last couple weeks, I have been dedicated to putting a lot more time and energy into the food that I eat and working out and drinking protein shakes and all this other stuff, counting calories. I'm all about it. So it's worth it. I spend a little bit more on food, but it's worth it because I wake up every morning and I fucking feel great. I used to fucking go to bed feeling like shit, and waking up feeling like shit because of the food that I ate. You know, it's really true. You are what you eat. You eat a bunch of greasy shit, fast food. That's what you're going to feel like. So I don't want to hear you complain, oh, I have a headache. Oh, I don't have any energy. Oh, I'm tired. At 9 in the fucking morning, you're tired? What the fuck? You just woke up. You pussy. Go eat some fucking fruits and veggies or something. Go eat some grilled chicken. Go do something healthy for yourself. Man, you're gonna fucking die at the age of 32 of a heart attack. So, but yeah, take that into consideration now while you're young. If you are young, change that shit now because I don't want to be, in my 40s, 50s going, damn, dude. I wish I would have fucking taken care of myself a lot better when I was younger. So, this chair is not comfortable to sit in. I'm working on a studio right now. I'm working on a little studio, like a studio media center to where I could do my podcast, do all my research, and everything related to online media will be done in this one area. And I'm working on it now, and it will be improved. So the sound of these podcasts will improve, the quality and the sound and everything is going to improve over time. But for now, you're stuck with this shitty audio, shitty stuff, shitty shit. And I kind of had a little thing. I know I've kind of taken a break from doing story times, but not really. At least the ones that involve my mom. But I think I have one to talk about today. Because my mom used to have sugar daddies, I guess. That's a bad way to put it. She had I guess you could say she had friends who were wealthy, who would exchange money for other services. I guess that's the politically correct way I could put it. Hang on. Yeah, I just hit my jewel. Anyway, so she used to have, I don't know how many, the exact number. I don't fucking know. I know that I met a few. I know that we fucked over a few. There's one in particular. I won't use his real name for privacy reasons. We'll just call him Jason, I guess, since I can remember that name easy. So Jason was a wealthy guy. He had a wife. He was married, but she was a fucking cow. So I understand his reason for venturing out of the house for vagina. Like I said, he was very wealthy. He had a really nice boat. It was big, like a big boat. I don't know if you'd consider it a yacht, but it was a fucking big boat. And he also had a Cessna, a little airplane. So you know this motherfucker had money, right? And I remember one night, me and my mom were staying at a hotel, just kind of, being bummy drug addicts like we were. And we got, I don't remember exactly how the idea came up, but we got the idea to go to Jason's house that night and kind of get in there and see what we could get, you know what I mean? Because it was, you know, when you're on drugs, it's always about getting money and what you could sell or what you could steal from money. So we drove all the way out there, and it was like a 40-minute drive from where we were. So we were chilling. And we get there, and we're like, the sketchy thing is, like, we were like in the woods. Like, it was like a highway through the, not really a highway, it was a 2-lane road through the woods, and it was like on the water, but like the road was atop a big embankment. Like, if you went to the side of the road and just looked down, it went down for probably a couple hundred feet. So we pulled off the road and we parked. And, you know, you look out the passenger window, you just look down and you see the embankment going straight down. So we get out and we're just like chilling on this dark road in a weird spot. And it was me, my mom's boyfriend at the time, not a wealthy boyfriend, just a shit boyfriend who had a car. And it was her. And we fucking are chilling there. Me and her boyfriend, who was it? It was Shane, that fucking faggot. No offense to anybody that has the name Shane. Shane. But anyway, yeah, he was a fucking faggot. And we were sitting there smoking cigarettes, like sitting on the hood of the Cutlass. And my mom's like, I'll be right back. And she like creeps down the embankment, like really fast too. Man, when you're on meth, you're a superhero, I swear to God. Cause she like creeped down this embankment real fast. It was like 20-foot steps. It was like doom, but they weren't stomping footsteps. They were like the lightest giant strides I've ever seen. And it was fucking weird. Maybe I was hallucinating, I don't know. But she gets down there because Alan lives at the bottom of this embankment right on the edge of the water. Who did I say? Jason. I don't even fucking know. I'm saying so many fucking names at this point. Anyway, Jason's house is at the bottom of this embankment right on the edge of the water. And my mom creeps in there. She's in there for a while. I don't know exactly how she got in the house. But she's in there for a while. Probably 20 minutes. And we see a car come up the driveway. So me and Shane are kind of like freaking out. Like, what the fuck are we going to do? You know what I mean? We're like, 20 yards from his driveway, just parked on the side of the road. There's nothing around. His house is the only thing around. So we're going to look kind of suspicious. But he never saw us, which was the weird thing. I don't know if it was his wife or it was him, but it was really dark, and they went the opposite direction. They turned right and instead of left, so they didn't pass us. They didn't even see us, I don't think. And, but like, God, how much do you have to not be fucking paying attention to not see a big, bright, white muscle car sitting outside your driveway in the middle of the fucking night? In the middle of the woods. You're the only one there. I don't know how fucking dumb, but anyway. A little time goes by. My mom comes running back up, and she has like duffel bags and like a backpack, and like she's throwing shit in the car, and we're like, let's go. We go, and like I'm trying to look through the shit in the back seat, but it's dark. I can't really see nothing. So I was like, fuck it, we'll just wait till we get back to the hotel. And we get back to the hotel. We're going through the bags. My fucking mom stole so much scuba gear. Like, enough scuba gear for a whole team of tourists to go look at the fucking pretty dolphins. Like, what the fuck? There was tanks, flippers, masks, different types of fucking valves, and all sorts of different, like, fucking frisbees and shit. Like, why the fuck would you need a frisbee? But all sorts of different equipment and like, what the fuck are we gonna do with this? We're gonna go scuba dive and try to find some dope. Oh my gosh. I really don't even remember what we ever ended up doing with all that scuba gear. But that's another thing, like that's typical meth users. If you were to go through our stuff, like if you went through our car, like, because I'm pretty sure a lot of that scuba gear just got shoved into the trunk. And dude, if you were to go through the trunk of that fucking Cutlass, you would have so many different fucking things coming out of that trunk, like scuba gear, all sorts of different like shovels, scuba gear, DVDs, radios that are half torn apart, and fucking laundry basket filled with fucking diapers, like not used diapers, but like brand new diapers just ripped out of the package, stacked nice and neatly in a laundry hamper. What the fuck? What the fuck is even life? What are you doing? Oh my god. It's so embarrassing to admit that I used to do so many fucking drugs, but I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm embarrassed by my past, but I'm not ashamed because I've learned so much from what I've gone through and what I've been through and what I've seen other people go through. I've learned so fucking much, and I know how to not make stupid mistakes. We all are going to make mistakes. You know what I mean? Regardless of what you know or what you've learned. But now I have, a little more knowledge on what not to do with those type of people. So, but I don't associate myself with those type of people anyway. Those type of people that, do meth and are all strung out and shit like that. Like, I know what you're going through and I get it. I used to be a drug addict, fiending all the time and struggling to get high and just being tweaked out. I know what that's like. I definitely don't miss it, but I can sympathize a little bit because I know what it's like to have an addiction, and for me, I made the conscious choice to do those things, but then after a while, you're like, I'm done with it. I don't want to do this anymore. But you can't quit because you're so fucking addicted that if you quit, some people die from withdrawal or from withdrawing from the drugs that they quit taking. So sometimes the withdrawals would be so painful that you don't have a choice but to just continue being a fucking tweaker until your little heart stops pumping that meth blood through your fucking veins. So, but yeah, man, if you have an addiction, hit me up. I might be able to help. You got a pill problem, you got a dope problem, you got a little bit of a booger sugar problem. I have a few things that can help and kind of deter you from it. So, if you ever need help, those few people that listen to my fucking podcast, figure out a way to hit me up. Zach Hines, that's who I am. Anyway, I told you guys this was gonna be a short one today. I didn't really have a big fun podcast planned out. This was more of a hey guys, I'm back kind of thing. So even though I'm gonna put up a podcast before this one, so by the time you hear what I just said, you're gonna be like, no shit, you fucking retard. So goddamn, I'm so fucking stupid. Anyway, guys, that's what this was. Just a quick little what the fuck is up I'm getting back in the routine of recording and uploading and getting information all week long for the podcast and everything like that. So I'm back in my normal routine, kinda, but I feel good about it. I hope you guys are having a fucking awesome new year, 2020. Do something this year that you love. You know what I mean? Like, you want to paint, go fucking paint. You want to do this, go do this. You want to do that, because that's what I'm doing. I'm doing something that I actually like. I'm actually doing two things that I actually like. Holy shit. I'm very grateful and thankful that I get that free time in my life to where I'm able to dedicate a little bit of that time to activities and things that I actually enjoy. When you get older, you start to realize that type of stuff is really important. Enjoying your time that you have here on this earth and being happy during that time is fucking crucial for your life's longevity. So don't be so stressed out. Go smoke a joint and just forget the rest. You know what I mean? Go tell your mom that you love her. Guys, I always fucking say this. Go tell the people you love them while they are still alive, because you never fucking know when that last day is gonna be. So I hope you guys are having an awesome fucking day. Whatever it is when you're listening to this, morning, noon, night, I don't give a single fuck. But I do hope you're enjoying it. So yeah, until next time, this is the motherfucking Hindsight Podcast. I'm out. Peace.